Hi guys, there's this experience I had with a male client that I've been meaning to tell you guys about. So, some time ago, a guy reached out to me, he sent me a DM and on Instagram and said he saw one of the profiles I shared on my page and he's interested, that he really would love to be connected to the lady. And okay, I said, okay, so tell me a bit about yourself. And he said, that he's a widower and that he's lost a wife. I said, wow, sorry about that. And I asked him, have you got kids? And he said, no, that he doesn't have kids. That his wife passed when they were trying to make babies together. That at the point of delivery, that was when the wife, the wife didn't make it. You understand? That the wife died, the baby also died. I said, okay, of course. I commiserated with him. And of course, the thing with me is that I would ask my clients or prospective clients or clients that question, especially the ones that are grieving or who've lost their partners, if they've not really completely healed, but if they have reasonably healed. And the guy said yes, that he's reasonably healed, it's been 3 years now, and that he would like to move on. I said, okay, that's fine. So of course, I went through the registration process with him. He signed up and we started talking. So he filled the profile, sent back to me. And what I would normally do is, on the one hand, when the client starts to give me their details, I also want to check a few things out about the client. So I went to work. I got busy. So I went on his page. Normally I would just gloss through and see if anything, if anything catches my attention. So, and of course, I went through all these pictures and something caught my attention on the pictures, the pictures he had on his profile. They were actually pictures of 2 teenage children. I wouldn't call them kids because they were like between the age, they were within the 10 to 15 age bracket. A guy and a lady, or let me say a boy and a girl, I don't know what, both of them were within that 10 to 15 years age bracket. So, it got me thinking, and I was a bit worried about that. I said, okay, let me chat this guy up, and I would love to talk to him about this. So I sent him a message. Oh, guy, what's up? Are you free for a call? He replied immediately. He said, oh yeah, why not? Let's talk. And said, I checked your page and I noticed pictures of 2 teenage children that are kind of consistent. And who are those children? He said, while he and his late wife were, busy waiting to have children, that they adopted these 2 children. I said, are you sure? He said, yes. I said, okay. I wasn't too comfortable with the response he gave me. It was a bit off for me. Adopted 2 children from, I'm not saying people don't adopt children from birth and all that, but 2 and all. So I said, okay. So I connected him with the lady, but there was something I told the lady. I said, please, this guy has indicated interest in you, in your profile. It's a good one. It kind of appears calm and all that, but there's something I find kind of worrisome about this guy, but about these 2 children. So I'll keep checking on my own part just to see if I can establish a few more things about this guy. But please don't get carried away, because I know how women can be at times. You meet a guy and all that. This is what you've been waiting for all your life, and you get carried away with emotions and all that. So I told her, just to prepare her mind. And the lady said, Mr. Tunde, get much. Don't worry. I'll trust me. So a week later, the lady just reached out to me and said that those children are actually his children. And the lady said, surprisingly, his wife is still alive. I said, really? He said, yes. So, the lady now sent me a comment from one of the pictures, one of the videos the guy posted and all that. It was actually a comment from his wife, and it was a very recent comment. I said, really? I said, please share with me. Because see, there's something I always tell people. People feel matchmakers should not know. You can only do your bid, and you can only do your findings and all that. You can't know it all. People pretend, people block their pages, people do all sorts, people private their pages, some people don't even share pictures. You don't even know some people. Some people just to deceive men, just to deceive women, they create pages. It's a business for them. You understand? I said, really? I said, please share the comment with me. So she shared the comment with me. I just called the guy. He said, bros, how far now? I said, oh, fine, and all that. I said, but I thought you told me that, you know, that your wife was dead. He said, yes. I said, I said, okay, please hold on. I'm going to share this with you. I shared with him. Guess what happened? The guy blocked me immediately. And I laughed. Of course, I called the lady, you know, my client said, please discontinue with this. The guy just blocked me, and of course, that's the end of discussion. So that is how crazy, that is how wicked some people can be. When a married man can come, you know, on a matchmaking page to tell you that his wife is dead, or his wife was dead or something, and that they took it. So we're able to establish that those two children was actually his own children, and that his wife was alive. Bottom line. So it's just so interesting. I've heard, I've seen, I have seen, I keep hearing every single day. I wonder why people would go to this extent of coming to tell a matchmaker that their wife was dead or their wife is dead, and, you know, and denying their own children. I just wonder why. It beats me anyway, but but as human beings, for you, what can we do? So that's that about that, guys. Thanks for giving me a listen here. Thank you.